The fight to get on the November general election ballot still going strong for a lot of candidates tonight.
Yeah, and one candidate who may have flown under the radar on election night, a Valley native hoping to unseat our state's current attorney general.
Rochelle Garza from Brownsville received more than twice the votes in the Democratic primary than her two opponents combined. Now she is headed to a runoff.
At Channel 5's Trevier Gonzalez spoke with Garza today. Trevier.
Yes, good afternoon, Oscar. Christine, Garza is a candidate who was originally running for District 34's congressional seat. But in November of last year, that changed. Now she's got her eyes set on being the state's first Latina attorney general.
We need to have somebody who's going to be there and who's going to fight for us and the things that we need.
She's a candidate who presents herself as someone standing up for families. The Brownsville mother-to-be met with us at Veterans Memorial Park, next to a site that honors World War II veterans, among them her grandfather, a spot she makes a point to visit on her way to the ballot box.
It's honoring him and his sacrifice, but also I'm continuing the work too by trying to make a better world, but make a better country and a better state.
The former ACLU attorney is advocating for reproductive rights and holding power companies accountable following last year's big freeze. Garza says she would also work to ensure that colonias have access to vital resources.
There's a lot of power in this office that can be used for good and for uplifting every single community.
And when it comes to the current one in power, she is quick to criticize Ken Paxton's position on border policy and his choice to sue Texas schools implementing mask mandates, an action that took place as the COVID-19 pandemic made waves across the state.
Ken Paxton has used his office only to harm people. I mean, more recently he was attacking trans kids and their families. He uses his office for divisive politics and not to bring people together, bring communities together.
And as Garza works to win the Democratic vote in May's runoff, she believes representation from someone like her has been a long time coming.
It says a lot about what Texas is going to be, and what we really want to see is we want to see women, we want to see Latinos, we want to see people from communities like ours take a seat at the table of power and to really shape the future of Texas.
And when it comes to voting, in contrast to Ken Paxton's election integrity unit that looks into voter fraud, Garza says if elected, she would instead establish a fully funded civil rights division that would include a voting rights division. Trevier Gonzalez, Channel 5 News at 10.
The Republican race for Attorney General also headed for a runoff. Ken Paxton and George P. Bush both fighting for a spot on the November ballot for their party. Neither candidate won more than 50% of the vote Tuesday night.